This is the Droid Razr. Now, with a name like Razr, it's got to be thin, and this phone does not disappoint in that department. What you see right here is 7.1 millimeters. Yeah, it protrudes a little bit when it houses your 8 megapixel camera, capable of shooting 1080p, LED flash, and speaker as well. But you'll see it's very thin. And now the Droid part, very solid. I can beat this phone up without caring about scratching it or messing it up because it has Corning Gorilla Glass on the front. 4.3 Super AMOLED advanced screen. As far as the screen goes, I'm not too pleased because the text is kind of dotty in certain parts. You're not always going to notice it, but you will see it sometimes. But like I said, it's tough. It's got the Corning Gorilla Glass. On the back, it's got Kevlar. Yep, that Kevlar. The same ones that make the bulletproof vests. This one won't take a bullet for you, but it will stop your keys from scratching it. If you drop it on concrete accidentally, it's going to pick up and still be running fine. The hardware inside, 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor. As you can see, it responds quickly. It's running a TI OMAP 4. It brings up pages very quickly. This is a Flash animation-heavy website, and it still came up fairly nicely. One thing you will have to sacrifice with this is being able to pull out your battery. Because it's so thin, they didn't make a way for you to get easy access to your battery. You can't do that, but you will have easy access to your SD card and SIM slot. You'll also have up here, you've got your micro USB charging and your HDMI out, as well as your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. The Droid Razr also supports the Lapdock 100, which is a separately sold accessory that allows you to go in what's called WebTop. It's basically a custom version of Android that only works when plugged into the Motorola phone. It allows you to do things like control the phone. I can launch apps directly from there. I can also go into a special version of Firefox web browser in case I want to go on the web. So it's kind of like a production. It's a productivity tool. It's an extra web browser. You can do lots of stuff. You can listen to music. You can browse your photo gallery. There's lots of things you can do. It's sold separately. Contact Verizon or other third-party retailers to find the price. When you're done, you close the lapdock. Your phone goes back to it. It's charging while in lapdock mode, so you can go about your business and get an extra little bit of juice. Motorola doesn't like calling it Moto Blur anymore, but this is a customized skin of Android. The difference is this doesn't suck like Moto Blur did and does. This one is a little less intrusive. They've made some changes to the app launcher. As you can see, it's got kind of that cube 3D effect. You can focus on just Verizon apps, your recent apps, downloaded apps. One interesting thing, okay, when you go on Verizon Wireless, these are preloaded apps that you cannot uninstall. But there were more preloaded apps on here that you could install. I got rid of Let's Golf. I got rid of Blockbuster. So yes, it comes with some bloatware, but at least they let you remove some of it. As far as the home screen, the widgets are ugly. That's one thing they haven't shaken from Moto Blur. I'm not a fan of these at all. But there's one widget they have in here that's absolutely fantastic, and that's the contacts widget. Basically, these are for people that I contact frequently. I set them as favorites, so when I want to contact them, I can just tap on their name, and all of their social network or their phone number information will come down here. I can choose which way I want to speak to that person. The great thing about this, you drag down, all of a sudden your 4 people widget is now 20 people. I can rearrange people, give some more priority than others. Move this one up to the top. Wait. Okay. And then I can add people, I can remove people. When I go home, now that one's changed. I tap on it, I can contact that person through email or whatever I want to do. Cool app on here called Smart Actions. Basically, it's like Tasker. It lets you set profiles, or maybe you're more familiar with Locale. So if I enter my work office, it knows to turn off my ringer, to turn off auto sync because I'm probably at my computer. And if I'm at work or something, I can add triggers, I can add actions, I can customize it based on location, time of day. If the headphone's plugged in, it can launch Google Music. Lots of stuff you can do. Another great feature of this phone is that it's running 4G LTE from Verizon. In my neighborhood, I'm getting 7 to 8 megabits down, and I'm getting 3 up at least all the time. It's actually faster than my home internet service, which is pretty amazing from Verizon. And unlike previous Verizon phones, this one is not going to die on you the second you turn 4G LTE on. It's going to run faster when you're running LTE. Your battery will drain quicker, but it does have some nice features in it, and it'll last you long. I got about 6 to 12 hours depending on settings. Sometimes I could get it to 13 if I wasn't in an LTE area. So it's all going to depend on what you're running on your phone and where you are located. At the end of the day, the Droid Razr is a great phone. It's got amazing build quality. The camera's not that great, but the form factor is elite class. It's got one of the fastest networks you can get. It'll render your graphics fairly well. You can play games on it. You're not going to have to worry about this being a weak phone. Browses the web quickly, loads app quickly, multitask well. Motorola did some good things to improve the performance of the phone as well on the software and hardware side of things. Here it is running a quick benchmark test, as you can see, and it's getting a 59.6. We've seen some other devices get higher scores, but like we said before, benchmarks isn't the end-all be-all. It's about the performance, and I can tell you that this will load your apps quickly without issue. Oh, hold on, I got some sensitive stuff there, can't show you. But like I said, Droid Razr, it's available on Verizon. At the time of this video, it costs $299 on a 2-year agreement. Go to the store and check it out. It's a pretty nice phone. It's a pretty nice phone. This is Andrew from Adronica.com saying thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more phone, app reviews, and general Android goodness.